Which is the tribe of Dan up in on the north. I'm really thinking this is the north side of Israel. My geography is all messed up right now, so if I get something wrong, please excuse me and feel free to comment below and let me know that I've got something wrong. I'm more than happy to take corrections where I've misspoken something. Tel Dan was really kind of cool, really great nature hike there, and you kind of get to see where Jeroboam built a temple there, which he really kind of shouldn't have done, because the Israelites really needed to be coming to Jerusalem instead of just staying there and worshiping and kind of intermingling with the natives up there, and it got them into a whole lot of trouble. But one of the really neat things that you get to see there is at the end of this nature hike is you get to see a gate that they have uncovered recently, and it's still got the canopy over it that is helping them as there's still ongoing excavation for it. And the type of mud brick that it is makes it even that much more fascinating that it has survived in this condition that it is in. And I do have some pictures of that I'll show you at some point. I'm sure that if I didn't bring up the fact that we went to the Jordan River today, that there's a whole bunch of people that would be upset with me. We had a number of people from Trinity that they didn't get rebaptized. They remembered their baptism. And so that's a really powerful thing. I did not get in the water per se. There was a lot of puddles where I was walking around taking pictures, making sure that I could help these people remember them, remembering their baptism. Kind of get that. It's the thing that I do, right? Taking pictures, sure. Watching the expressions of the people that got immersed in the Jordan River as they come up, and just the expressions that they had on their faces. My roommate here has waited literally, decades to be able to get immersed in the Jordan River. So happy for them, and maybe I'll do it next time, maybe not. I was just happy to be on hand and to be able to capture those moments for people, because that's kind of the special thing about being the trip documenter, photographer, and making sure that I help these people relive the moments that they've experienced here in the Holy Land. So that really kind of brings today to a close. It was a really fun day. We did go to the Golan Heights, which was fun. Beautiful views. Got to look over into Syria. Some just amazing scenery, and if you guys can be patient, I promise it's going to be worth the wait. But the photographs that I know, I've got some really amazing photographs, really just because of the places that we've gone. And the people that are on the trip with us, if you know any of the people that have gone on this trip with us, ask them to see their pictures, because everybody's got their phones, and the quality of the pictures on the phones today are just, they're really, really good. And so the things that you're going to get to see through my lens, through their stories, my stories, are going to make you want to come here even more. So I can't wait to get back and maybe talk with you, some of you guys in person at Trinity, if I get to interact with you on a personal level. And if I don't, maybe I'll continue this conversation online, because this has really been kind of fun. I need this for me so that I can go back, watch it later, and see how I'm reflecting on this stuff, because I guarantee you I'm going to forget this stuff if I don't record it. So thanks for listening. I know this was a really long video, and you probably have tuned out way long ago, but if you're still here, thanks. Subscribe to my channel if you want, and that way you will always be notified when I publish a new video, whether it's about the Holy Land or whatever, because this is really fun stuff to talk about, and I'm so happy you're with me on this journey. So subscribe, like the video. I'll see you next time.
It says this: the next day, John was there again with two of his disciples. When he saw Jesus passing by, he said, "Look, the Lamb of God." And when the two disciples heard him say this, they followed Jesus. Turning around, Jesus saw them following and said, "What do you want?" And they said, "Rabbi," which means teacher, "where are you staying?" "Come," he replied, "and you will see." So they went and saw there where he was staying and spent that day with him, and it was about the 10th hour. Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, was one of the two who heard what John had said and who had followed Jesus. The first thing Andrew did was to find his brother Simon and tell him, "We have found the Messiah, that is, the Christ." And he brought him to Jesus. And Jesus looked at him and said, "You are Simon, son of John. You will be called Cephas," which means translated Peter. And I want to go on just for a second to the next verse or two. It says, "The next day Jesus decided to leave for Galilee. Finding Philip, he said to him, 'Follow me.' And Philip, like Andrew and Peter, was from the town of Bethsaida. And Philip found Nathanael and told him, 'We have found the one Moses wrote about in the law, and about whom the prophets also wrote, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph.'" I've been a follower of Christ for many years, and probably many of you have. And I remember this deep eagerness and excitement when I first came to follow God. And then things got a little bit more complicated, right? Just a little more. And so we get kind of in the midst of stuff and we start to kind of say, I don't know what I'm doing, and we get caught up. Sometimes we overcomplicate God and we overcomplicate our relationship with Him. And so I think one of the reasons that this passage is so powerful as we stand here is just the simplicity of knowing and recognizing that Jesus is the Messiah. We knew nothing else to know that power, that Jesus is the Messiah, and then to be so eager about it within our soul that we want to share it with other people.